Greetings, people of the internet. This is Scott with Serkworks, and this is 100 Days of Making Comics. What is 100 Days of Making Comics? Well, typically, it's where I put aside at least 30 minutes a day in my busy schedule to work on my own personal comic book projects, and then I go and record a short video about my process and everything. But it seems, I do this every day, and sometimes one day bleeds into the next. And yeah, it seems a little repetitious. So every once in a while, I like to break it apart and do something else. So that's what I'm going to do today. So anyway, you'll probably notice that I have on this snazzy green lab coat, and you're probably wondering, well, what's that all about? This is some weird fashion statement. Well, I'm going to tell you a little bit about, and it's not totally comic book related, but what Serkworks is all about. And you hear me, every episode I come on, I'm Scott with Serkworks, but what is Serkworks? Well, and be warned, I'm going to be shilling away for some of my Serkworks products, or, not really shilling too much, but I'm just going to show them, and if it's, if it's something that interests you, great, I have a lot of fun doing it, so I just want to share it with you guys, because maybe a lot of you just know my comic book work, the stuff that I've been showing, and don't really know about everything else I do. So what is Serkworks? Well, Serkworks is kind of this weird factory laboratory that we do experiments with alien DNA and robotic technology and zombie viruses and basically anything that can go awry and wreak havoc upon the world at large. And so what you're seeing, all the products and stuff that you see from me are kind of the propaganda that goes along with that. So I thought I would share with you first some of my prints. This is my latest one, and this is kind of comic book related. It's kind of a throwback, and everything I do is kind of this. It's a kind of a retro future scientific feel, like if you were living in the 50s, what you might think the future is all about. So there's a lot of scientific, sci-fi stuff, and like I said, aliens, zombies, robots, and other imminent threats to humanity. So this one's kind of my homage to the old pulp novels and comic books, kind of back in the 50s, but it's kind of a twist on that. We're always reading about aliens attacking and everything, but this one we've got aliens, or what we perceive as aliens. They probably wouldn't call themselves aliens, and attack of the humans. This one's called "It Came from Earth." So yeah, you can I'll show you that. So that's the latest one. Yeah, I kind of want to lay it out. I've got the international or intergalactic comic book code authority approved, and so yeah. So I like this kind of old retro future look again. So yeah, that's my latest print, and all this stuff is available at Serkworks.com if you're interested on the store. So you guys, I like to also do kind of propaganda type stuff. So you guys remember, I wouldn't say this is really propaganda, but Rosie the Riveter. Well, this is Rosie 2.0, and she's got a robot riveting arm. She's sort of a fembot. So girl power. That's what this one's all about. And then I also like to do inspirational things that you would hang up in your office or classroom or something. So this one, for all you guys that are the self-starters, A-type personalities or creatives, we've got entrepreneur. So again, this kind of stuff I could see, you could see that in your office as inspiration, or if you kind of have this could work in an office or a home if it's really hectic. I've got safety first, a blank, and you can write on this with a washable, or what do you call it? We call those dry erase pens. And so many days since major malfunction, we've got a robot kind of malfunction and going crazy in the factory. So yeah, so that's kind of something fun. More inspirational stuff. What will you create today? Is a mad scientist. So this one I like because I always, obviously I like to kind of think of myself as a mad scientist, only instead of messing around with chemicals, I mess around with art. Another sort of inspirational thing. This harkens back to when I was a child. I always used to, there's like an old saying that you can buy, you know, sometimes you'll buy a kid this really cool present and they're more interested in the box that it comes in. But yeah, I used to build all kinds of things out of cardboard boxes and everything. So this one's a little twist on a kind of an advertising kind of marketing buzzword. You've heard of think outside the box. Well, what about thinking inside the box? I mean, you got this little kid and his imagination flying through space in this little cardboard box that he's created. So yeah, this is again sort of just to spark the imagination. Anything that you might put in your studio when you're feeling you need to be inspired. And then back to more retro future sci-fi. My dad grew up in the 50s and everything, and whenever I go up to his place, he's got all this memorabilia from the 50s and a lot of old like 50s diners type stuff. So I was thinking, what about like a space age, you know, kind of 50s style drive-in diner where you've got flying cars and all that. So this is Galaxy's Diner. Just another print. And then for all you really smart, intelligent rocket scientist type people, I have the Rocket Surgery Institute. So whether you're a brain surgeon or a rocket scientist or both combined into one, this is the school for you. So enroll today. And this is the last of my large size prints that I have available now. And you know, I'm looking to do more of them. I'm constantly, you know, my main focus right now is the comic books, so don't get too worried, but every once in a while I do like to do these prints and then go to conventions and things and show this stuff off. But this one's one of my favorite. It's like an old boxing promotion poster, but we've got Mecha versus Kaiju, because I love like old monster giant robots and you know, Godzilla-y type creatures fighting each other. So the two titans tussle over Tokyo, Mecha versus Kaiju, and then down here you can see all the information for this particular battle. So yeah, so there's that, and you know, I do, and then I do some smaller prints. This is a series I call Retroventions, and what it is, it's kind of like inventions that never happened, or they're things that couldn't really happen because they're either before their time or the technology. It's kind of hard to explain, but I'll show you. So this one is the Arcade Boy, and these are kind of a mashup between usually two different kinds of technology. We've got an old Atari like 2600 mixed with like a Game Boy. So that is the Arcade Boy 2600, all new. And this one for you audiophiles, this is the Vinyl Man, and it's a portable phonograph player. You know, this is just one of those inventions that really could not be, but it's fun to think about. So you've got you can put like a little 45 in there, and yeah, listen to some LPs on the go. And if you guys are into photography, the amazing Viewmatic camera scope, and it is a cross between a Polaroid camera and a Viewmaster. This one's the first in the series that I did, so yeah, this one kind of sparked the whole ideas, and I've got a few more ideas to do some other ones too. But yeah, so more kind of, like I said, retro future sci-fi stuff. And I've got some things like this, you know, no ray guns. You can put this if you don't want anyone to bring any laser weapons, ray guns, stun guns, freeze rays, blasters, phasers, incinerators, disintegrators, obliterators, etc. on the premises of whatever business you own. Get one of these and just pop that in your window. Or if you're busy and you don't want anyone to disturb you, you know, mad scientists at work. So yeah, and then I got, you know, again, this whole episode is just going to be me shilling away for all my products. And so I've got a bunch of postcards here, you know, affirmative, because, you know, robots don't say yes. Instead, they say affirmative. Bleep blorp. That means I love you in robot. I don't know if you guys knew that. But these are all, you know, they're little postcards. You can send them away, you know, if you want to say hi to a friend or send something. Someone's having, you know, this is you know, it's kind of like a down for repairs thing. If like a get well card. We've got, if you want to just send somebody some inspiration, reach for the stars. Just be careful, they're hot. Got that one. And thank you cards. So thank you with all the periodic table elements. Yeah, so I got that. Oops, got that. And the future in Chinese delivery. It's Mr. Lee's intergalactic delivery. It's take out of this world. So I don't really know why you would send somebody this, but it's just fun, you know. So yeah, and then I've got some little novelty type products. Let's see. So I do these trading cards. Where the heck are they? I had them in my pocket so I could get them. So this is one. I'm a big fan of the old Universal style monsters. So this is just little sets, and I've got all these little monsters and stuff and these trading cards, and you can mix them up, and you can make games out of them or whatever, but you can mix them up and make your own characters. So I've got, you know, Frankenstein, Dracula, the Mummy, Creature from the Black Lagoon, Invisible Man, the werewolf, or Wolfman. I think Wolfman might be trademark, so I just call him the werewolf. Phantom of the Opera, The Bride, Dr. Jekyll, and then I've got a set called The Robots of Oz, which are the Wizard of Oz characters if they were robots. So Dorothy, Scarecrow, Tin Man, and these are kind of my own reimaginings of the characters. Because all these characters are in the public domain, as long as you don't, you can use them as long as they don't look too much like the MGM pictures or the MGM pictures version of the movies and everything. So I got the Lion, the Good Witch, a Munchkin, and they're all kind of robotic. You probably can't tell because it's, you know, kind of steampunky a little bit. You got, you know, the Wizard and Flying Monkey and all that. So yeah, I've got a couple sets of these, and like I said, you can mix them up and make all kinds of crazy characters with them. And the last thing I'll show you, I do some novelty products. So let me see what I can find. So I sell these little boxes of Serkworks laboratory products, and you can see here. Let's see this one, and they all come with an exclusive print. You can only get the print with the purchase of these lab products. But we've got glowing glob. I don't know if you can see all that, but yeah, it's glow in the dark ooze. And then the poster that goes along with it is Night of the Glob. And these are all old kind of monster movie style posters. And yeah, this stuff really glows in the dark. It's really gooey and everything, and it comes in like a commemorative, you know, package, and it's got some, you know, this is a byproduct of radioactive waste. Most primal need is to envelop a human host and drain it of its life force, and blah blah blah. It's all kinds of weird descriptions on all of that stuff. So what's the next product I have in this box? So yeah, and they all come in like little tins or jars or collector's things. This is the sticky space slugs, and these are all products manufactured right here in our laboratory factory. And then, you know, you got a gooey space slug, and you can throw that at a wall and it'll crawl down and everything. And that comes with this print right here, Planet of the Space Slugs. So yeah, and so the last thing I'm going to show you, it's another one of our laboratory products. This is the growing brain, and you can even use this tin. You could fill this tin with water and put this little brain in it, and it will grow to, we guarantee, at least twice its size. If you're really lucky, it might grow to 50 feet, but you really need to nurture it. But so Attack of the 50-Foot Brain, that's the print that goes with that. So yeah, so anyway, that is what I do other than creating comic books. And in case you're wondering, how does the Young and the Dead comic fit into all this? Well, like I said, I envision Serkworks as this crazy factory that deals with everything from robotics to alien, you know, tampering with alien technology to zombie type viruses. So Young and the Dead, of course, if you've been following along, you know it's a zombie story, so it kind of fits in with this whole thing. Because I like everything to kind of fit under a large umbrella that I can, you know, that I can call Serkworks. And now you know what Serkworks is all about. And don't worry, if you didn't have any interest in all this other stuff, I will be back to creating comic books tomorrow, and that's when I'll see you. Hopefully, that is all.